Hello. Hold on. Hey. So yeah, it's been a little bit since I've made a video. Honestly, a lot of Japanese artists haven't been making music as much as I know they have been able to in the past. Seems like with all the Japanese artists that I listen to, there's like an album coming out like every 3 months. It's been a bit of a dry year for J-Rock, so I haven't done any reviews. Yeah, so I'm going to put up this review real quick of Miyavi's latest album. Actually, it's not a mini album, even though this is the second of his Samurai Sessions, and the first one was a bit of a mini album, but this is, what is this, 11 tracks? Yeah, 11 tracks. So yeah, I just want to talk about this. It's a month old, but I've listened to the album a lot, and I really, really like it. I think it's actually better than his first one, the first Samurai Sessions. Honestly, I think Miyavi's kind of killing it with his new style. Let's just get that clear, because I know a lot of people are like, I don't like Miyavi's new sound. There's a lot of, I mean, this goes with any music artist. Go back to your roots. This doesn't sound like insert artist name here. There's all that. And agreed, he's completely changed his style. But maybe it's just me getting older. But I'm appreciating maybe it's just me getting older, or I'm just so used to, I know what his style is. I know what he's going for, and he's been doing it for like a few years now, that it's like he's nailing it and I'm used to it. So when I think Miyavi, I'm thinking more pop rock than I am, back in the day he kind of started off a little bit metal-ish, and then kind of graduated to alternative rock, and then, rock and alternative rock, and then he's been getting a little more, like, electronical with the sound, and this album is, like, straight up electronic, bit of, like, dubstep even in some songs, a lot of rapping from other artists, very, very poppy, and I like it for some reason. I usually don't like this kind of music. I'm all about like metal and energy, and this album has its own energy. It has a lot of energy to it, but it's its own. It's not like headbanging energy. It's its own energy, and I think Miyavi did a great job in the artists that he includes, because every single song is like, except for one, which is like a remix, which I'll talk about later. They do a good job. I'll admit, I don't know majority, actually all of them. Track number 8, All My Life, I know it features Hide or Hyde, which I've heard the name before. That's a name I've heard before in Japanese rock. But anyway, I'll just talk about the songs and my overall impression of the album. But like I said, I like it. It's different. If you're a Miyavi fan and you haven't gotten used to his sound yet, what he's been trying to go for the past few years, you're sure as shit not going to like this album. But if you like it, then you'll really like this album, because he's just found a way to combine a little bit of his guitar work. Granted, we all know Miyavi's like one of the greatest guitarists in the world, and the argument can be said that he's not using his talent to his fullest capabilities. And on one point, I would agree with that. But on the other point, I think he's found a really clever way to use his guitar work in the background to support just an overall good music or good song, good rhythm. And especially with this album, when he's having other people rapping or singing, and you're hearing a little bit of the guitar in the back, it's like I think I hear Miyavi. Is that Miyavi? Oh yeah, that is a little bit guitar work, but it's mostly like rap and beats and electronic music. And I don't know, it works because like every single song, all 9 songs are catchy in their own way. They are catchy. Some have more guitar than others. Some have way more like beats and electronics stuff than others. But alright, so it starts off with Dancing With My Fingers, and this song reminds me of like some tracks off Firebird. And I think Firebird was like a catchy, great album. It had a lot of like dance music, but guitar work too. it's just kind of like music that I have memories of Firebird, where there were certain instances in my life where I'm driving with somebody in my car and I'm listening to Firebird, or I'm driving to like, I have this really fond memory, just a personal story to get it over with quick, of picking up, I believe it was my girlfriend at the time, at the airport. And I was like super excited to like pick her up. And it was like really late at night, early, like 2 a.m. or something like that. And I was listening to Firebird, and I was like Hallelujah is my favorite track off of that, or She Doesn't Know How to Dance. She Don't Know How to Dance. Just listening to these tracks and blasting at the top of my lungs and just singing and just enjoying myself and like kind of dancing in my car. It's kind of embarrassing talking about. But anyway, I was super excited to get my girlfriend from the airport at the time. And I was just the music's atmosphere, the music's tone just felt with my mood. And it just, again, with this album, it starts off with Dancing with My Fingers. It's one of those upbeat dancing with a little bit of guitar in the background, but there's some like pop singing. So Dachi Miura, I don't know who he is. I'm assuming he's a J-pop star or something, but it's like a good like beat, but with some guitar in the background, and then like he's rapping to it and singing to it. Gemstone, the second track featuring Sky High, I don't know. It kind of starts off with Miyavi's been implementing a lot of like the chipmunk voice in his music, and this has it. And this song goes like all over the place, but it's good. It has a catchy tone to it. The next song, Fight Club, Shokichi. Miyavi featuring Shokichi. I believe I'm going to play some of the snippets of these songs because I forget some of them. This one I think is just rap. See, that's like, it starts off with some guitar, and then like I just skipped like 13 seconds in, and it's a lot of rapping. It's a catchy rap / rock song. He did it. Number 4, I like a lot, and I don't know why. It's repetitive, but the beat is really good, and I just kind of like the way the guy raps to it. It's Verbal is his name. It's a very, very, very catchy beat. Not a lot of guitar in this song at all. You kind of have to like listen for it, but what he says goes along with the beat very well, and it's very catchy. Bumps in the Night is featuring Masato. Actually, let me kind of like the way it opens up, and then once the drums kick in, like the kick pedal, it just kind of like, it's like it has that, it's getting, and it's kind of like rap singing too, featuring Masato. No Thanks Ya. Let's see. Oh, this song. Yeah. A lot of like, kind of like dubsteppy, Chanmina. Yeah, it's a female rapper. Again, it's catchy. I can't explain it. I really can't. I like it. I like all the tracks on here. It's a catchy rap song with like some electronic dubstep to it. It's weird. Like, I'm fully aware it's weird, especially for Miyavi, the guitar king, the samurai of guitars. But it works. Miyavi's doing a different thing, and I think he's killing it. So, number 7, Flashback, featuring Ken. Let's see. Oh, this one. So yeah, that's Miyavi. Miyavi is doing the singing / rapping? I guess that's more rapping than it is singing. And you can hear guitar. Actually, it sounds like bass. It sounds like he's slapping bass on this, unless he has some heavy strings on his guitar. I don't know if if he could slap guitar, he should slap bass. But actually, I like that song. It's very catchy. Miyavi's singing to that one. I don't know who Ken is. I don't know if he's a producer, or there is some like vocals, but it's like kind of like in the background and like multiple. It sounds like multiple people, you know. All right, so track number 8 is "All My Life" featuring Hide or Hyde, depending if you want to pronounce it the Japanese version or the American version. But this was a weird song. This one kind of grew on me. I didn't fully like it the first time I listened to it. Real quick, I'll just play why. So it starts off with this guitar, some drum. All right, it's like, okay, all right, where are we going with this, right? Just wait for it. One more measure. So yeah, I was like, the child's voice, and then Hide comes in. Let me fast forward a bit. So it's kind of like a sensual, ooh, girl kind of thing. Again, I got into it. The chorus is good. I don't know. Again, even songs where it's like, oh boy, Miyavi, I don't know where you're going with this. And then like listening to it, and then it's always like the chorus or just something about the song where it's like, oh, all right, everything coming together. It's like, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Now this song, track number 9, featuring Chanel. Again, don't know who she is. She's a very talented singer. I like this song probably the most on this album. Speaking of that girlfriend I was talking about picking up in the airport, we broke up earlier this year. So the song kind of like hits home for me. But this song is called Forget You. And even though I like how she goes into some Japanese, into some English, the way she sings, it's like you don't really hear an accent at all. She sounds like an American pop star, but she sings in Japanese as well. She kind of like sneaks in some Japanese, like she'll end like a line. She'll do most of the line in English and then Japanese. It's a very good pop song. Not a lot of guitar in it at all. Miyavi just kind of does some squeaks here and there with the guitar, but it's a very good pop star where she is the star of the song. It's a really good, like, breakup pop song. And again, this is weird coming from me too when I'm all about like metal and energy. But this song has a good, different kind of energy to it. It's really, really good. It's definitely my favorite song of the album. And that's just me because it kind of hits home. But highly recommend listening to Forget You. Yeah, I don't know. Something about it. Really well done. Okay, so the next 2 tracks are Miyavi. This track in general, it's even when he was advertising all of his songs, and it's like Miyavi versus. But this is Miyavi versus Miyavi. This is Slap It, which is an old song of his, which is a good song. A lot of energy to it, but he remixes it, makes it more electronical. But let me just play a little bit. It's poppy, but it's a lot of guitar and drum. But it has like an even good like, oh, I'm kind of like headbanging to this, even though it's not metal at all. But it's just like, he kills it. This is like, that's the Miyavi a lot of people want, where he's like going crazy with the guitar. And then the last song, featuring Sonita, is again a remix of his song Long Nights, which was, let me check right here, Firebird. Track number 9 of Firebird. When I first heard this song, I was like, alright, this song's okay. On Firebird, anyway. The Firebird version was like, oh, alright, it's okay. Not bad at all. But Sonita, let me just play real quick. So, if you're familiar with Firebird, you already know the song. The song itself isn't really different. She's just adding lyrics to it. So it's kind of like a slow, very slow rap. She has an accent. Kind of sounds like Indian. I could be wrong. Sorry if I am. But it's not bad. I don't know. I kind of like like the song with some lyrics like that in it. I don't know. Again, but it's like I already know that song, so it's like, I don't know. Oh, overall, I think Samurai Sessions Volume 2 by Miyavi is way better than his first one, which I'm looking at it right here. Holy crap, that came out 5 years ago. How the hell did that come out in 2012? Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Day One and Strong. Silent Anger is like a really good, weird alternative song. But, I mean, there's only 7 tracks on this one. This one he went on 11. I thoroughly enjoy Samurai Sessions Volume 2. If I had to give it an out of 10, I would honestly give it an 8. Because I think it's just above good. I don't think it's like the greatest Miyavi album, but I think he took a lot of chances and they worked. And it's definitely, I can't give it like a full 10 because I feel like a full 10, anybody would be like, oh my god, this is a great album. Or 90% of people who listen to it would be a great album. But I know a lot of Miyavi fans especially who would listen to this, what the fuck is this shit? So it's subjective. This is a very subjective album, but if you can appreciate good rhythm, even if it's pop, even if it's rock, if you can just appreciate a good rhythm and just good time music, this is a great album. It's just a good like album for like a good time, and like Miyavi is creating this good music to drive to, and that was my point with Firebird. It's like a lot of his music is just like, I just want to drive until the sun goes down or drive at night listening to this music. It's just, he's making really good like music you can bounce to, and just like, for me, and I think I've mentioned this before, living in America, not having too many people who understand why the hell I listen to Japanese music. It's like, I will put on this album when I'm driving with somebody who it's like, all right, I'm not going to play, like Duran Gray or Gazette or any Nocturnal Bloodlust or any, like, I'm not going to you're not going to hear my heavy stuff. So I'm going to put on some Miyavi. And this is like the perfect album, I think, it's like, oh, are you interested in, why do I listen to Japanese music? Where it's like, here's some Samurai Sessions Volume 2. And it's going to sound a lot like American pop music. But I think it's a good gateway to get any of your friends or loved ones into J-Rock. My opinion. It's just my opinion. All right. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good night. Let me know if you agree or disagree, by the way. Let's create a discussion. I know a lot of YouTubers say that, and they do it to, engage the audience and stuff like that. But I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm just curious what people think about this album. I know it's a bit old, so I think a lot of opinions have been formed about it. But, yeah. Let me know what you think. Have a good night.